Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to a flip through. I don't even think I number these anymore. They are going to be numbered, of course, in the title, but I don't know what number it is now. All I know is this is my May-June book, and yeah, so let's get started on this flip. So this book, I use Staples brand gridded notebooks, okay, and I glue 3 pages together to prevent bleed through. On this particular cover, I used Nightcap Crafting, her YouTube video on covering your book, your Fobonichi, with duct tape. So that's what I did for this one. And then on the inside, let's just get this centered. Okay, so on the inside, I have like my pocket full of stuff that I use throughout the book. And this is also where I keep my little labels that I put up in my header. So I just generally decorate the cover with one big sheet of either scrapbook paper or a calendar page. I always put a pocket in here to keep my little stuff, all my stuff. So, whoops, let's get started on May 1st. Now, this might be difficult for me because it's been, we're now into, July. So I'm going to have to try to remember what went on. So this, obviously, sorry if there's a glare, this is a lovely postcard from my sweet sister in Australia, Karen. And this is the Sydney Opera House, and they do a lighting, like festival each year. And so this is the Opera House in all of its glory and all the different types of lighting that they do. So super cool. And then this, let me see, Supergirl. This was about my sweet daughter. And okay, yeah, this was at the end of the school year. She works at an after-school care program at a private Christian school, and so one of the teacher's assistants had to leave on a family emergency the last 5 weeks of school, so my daughter was asked to take over her position, which meant that at this point in time my daughter had 2 jobs and was going to school full-time. So yeah, she was Supergirl, let me tell you what. I don't know how she does it, but yeah, so she would start her day at like 7:45. She'd get home about 1:30, have a quick lunch, do a little bit of homework, and then she was off again at 2:30 to go to her afternoon job at the same school, and then would get home about 6:30 and then do more homework because she was taking 3 like accelerated classes over the summer. I think summer courses at her university are like 12 weeks, I think. 2 12-week sessions, but she was doing a 6-week session, but she had 3 classes. So yeah, it was a huge load, but she did very well. So I was very proud of her for that, and that was a long 5 weeks for her. So then meanwhile, while my daughter was at work, my son and I took her car in to get the air conditioning fixed, I think. Let me see. I can't remember. Yeah, and then he and I stopped off for breakfast. I also went to Best Buy because I wanted to get a tripod or something to set up so that I could do videos like this where you guys are up there and you can see directly down, instead of, setting it up on my bed and my pillows and all that kind of stuff. So anywho, so that's what I did. I tried to go get a replacement, and I ended up getting something else, not at Best Buy, but through Amazon. You'll hear about that in a little bit. Then on this day here, my daughter had really wanted to start clean eating. And it's not, a diet. It's not any of that stuff. It's not vegan. It's not vegetarian. You're not taking anything really out of your diet. The only thing you're taking out of your diet is excess processed food. You're eating or trying to eat more real food. So she had wanted to start doing that, and we did start it, but then subsequently stopped it, due to my husband and I, probably because it does take time. It takes time to prepare the food. It takes time to, make sure that you have the fresh food and all of that. And so, yeah, I really want to try to do it again, though. But we did do it for a few weeks, I think, and it was really nice. I usually try to have a fruit, veg, shake in the morning, and I put spinach and carrots and yogurt and coconut milk on a banana and blueberries, and it's really good. And I still haven't made mine for this morning yet, but I need to. So that's what was going on, yeah. And then of course I was catching up in my Fibonacci. So yeah, that day I completed a record 9 pages. So yeah, I do prep my pages. I guess it's called prepping. I'm not really sure. If you've been on my channel at all, you know that I do my pages in stages. So I don't sit down and do May 2nd from start to finish all in one go. I might just I have my notes either on post-it notes, or recently I've been keeping notes in my phone about what's been going on. And so then I go back and I might find my clip art and stick it in. I might find a magazine clipping and stick it in. And then I do all my handwriting and titles and all that in pencil. And then I go back and fill everything in color. So there's that. Let's see, May 3rd. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember this day well. My daughter and I we had gone to a doctor's appointment for her. She had already been, it's her new GP. So she had already been, she had had her blood work done, and she was supposed to go back in this day to get the results. And we waited 2 hours, okay? Apparently there were some emergencies, which I totally get, but it would be really nice if the receptionist would let the patients know that the doctor had emergencies and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, there's us waiting in the waiting room. We are now skeletons. It was really annoying because my daughter had taken off, the first part of her day. She had taken off the day to do this, and she wasn't even seen by the doctor. So I got my money back for the copay and we left with a copy of her lab results, but she never did see the doctor. So we decided to then just go get something to eat at, a restaurant close by, ran a few errands before jetting back home so that she could go to her afternoon job. And then on this day here, I had been listening to, and I can't remember now where I had heard it from. Amity Bloom. Yeah, well, here it is here. Hello, Elizabeth, just read your own journaling. Yeah, I had been watching Amity Bloom on YouTube, and she had mentioned this Swedish gal. Her name is Jana or Jana, I'm not really sure. And I'll put the link to this below. And I was introduced to something called combing, and it's an ancient Swedish herding call. And it's just beautiful, beautiful sounds. Music, if you will, without words. It's just voice. I don't know. You have to check it out. It is so completely mystical and magical and soothing sounds. So yeah, I really enjoy listening to that. And then this day here, I recorded a video response to my hand lettering. I had some questions on how I do my lettering here and here and here. I do not do any type of special lettering. This is my own handwriting. The only thing that I do is use a thicker marker and then outline it in a thinner marker. I just happen to like doing it that way. I think it adds a little pop of color, a little bit of interest to your pages. So that's what I do. And then we had a yummy, clean eating lunch that day. We had pitas with grilled chicken and avocado and tomato, and they were just really good. We need to return back to those. Then this day I got a sweet Happy Mail from Jam. And I use this little Happy Mail thing that I clip out of, it's clip art. So I usually print out an entire page of these so that I have them so that, and I have big ones and I have small ones so that when I do get Happy Mail, I can denote it by putting this cute little kawaii Happy Mail. And so that was really sweet. I filmed another video response about clip art and how I enjoy using clip art in my Fibonacci. And I love to, teach y'all different ways of doing the Fibonacci. It's not all about, it's about anything you want it to be about, in all honesty. I mean, it's your journal. You do what you want in your journal. Some people prefer drawing, or they like to practice their drawing, or they do lettering, or whatever they want to do. I prefer to use clip art because I do not prefer to draw. So filmed that day. Then we were headed south. This was a Friday, so we were headed south for the weekend. We didn't really have anything exciting planned. And then sunshine came down after work. Yeah, our daughter stayed home that weekend. So then the next day here was a Saturday. So we all went out, my husband and our son and I went out to get breakfast at a restaurant close to the house. And so, yeah, we had a nice time together. It was, my son had never been to this restaurant. So that was fun. And then we took his truck through the car wash, and it took me back to the memories of taking my little gems through the car wash. They just used to love it. So we did that. And then we did a library run. And yeah, I hit the mother load on magazines. This is not a picture of the magazines that I collected at the library. This is just simply a clip art of the magazines. And then I did, let's see. Oh, then we came home after we ran a few errands and the boys played on the PS4. My son really wanted my husband to play Resident Evil with him, so they did that, and I worked on my Fobonichi while they were busy playing their video games. And then after that, yeah, we just had a marathon of Dexter and relaxed on the couch. And then on this day here, this was a Sunday, and we came back home. So when we come back home on Sunday, like, we immediately unpack everything. So we unpacked everything. My husband spends time in the kitchen meal planning for the week upcoming. And then I attempted to put away all of my new magazines, which ended up being a nightmare because, yeah, it quickly got out of hand because then I felt the need to clean and reorganize the entire bookshelf. So, yeah. Okay. But I did get rid of 3 bags of magazines. So then poor Big Handsome, he was sleepy on the couch and we were watching Netflix. He was literally asleep by 6:30. So, oh, and this day here too, we began watching the Netflix show Bloodline, and we had tried to watch it before and I wasn't really all that interested in it. But then one of my girlfriends said, "Oh no, you need to watch it. It's really good." So we decided to attempt it again, and let me tell you what, after the first few episodes, we were hooked. And it's really kind of cool because it's filmed in the Florida Keys, which is where we have the South House. And so it's really cool just seeing all the different places that they filmed at and, you know, places that we've been and continue to go. So that was a lot of fun. We enjoyed that show. And then this is just, you know, from a book that I found at the library, and I liked what it had to say, and I loved this little picture. And then this is a photocopy from the book Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. I just happen to really love the message for this day. This book was given to me by my dear friend Jerry. And yeah, so I just simply photocopied the devotion for that day and stuck it in here. Then I got a lovely Happy Mail from Joy over in the UK, and so I put her card in here. It was so sweet, and she sent me some goodies and all of that. And then here's another one of these kawaii things. And then yeah, I had gotten her the sweetest. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello. See, this is what happens when I don't go through my book before I start filming. I did get a lovely postcard from Seattle, Washington, which is so cool. I love any type of Happy Mail. And but I especially, for some reason, just really love postcards, and especially from places that I know I will never go to. So that was really nice of her to think of me, Darcy, to think of me and send me one from all the way from Washington. And then, like I said, I got all the way from the UK from my lovely friend Joy. She sent like a really sweet little package with a little owl ornament that is actually right over there on my desk. And yeah, just a lovely card. She sent me some postcards and some stickers. So yeah, I'm just so grateful for my Fobonichi sisters. And let's see what happened. This was one of those days. So yeah, I guess I must have been having some brain fog, which, you know, I'm still continuing to have. I think it just never goes away. But yeah, I just didn't feel well. I woke up early. I did, one moment, please. Please, Roxanne, stop that. Sorry, we were so rudely interrupted. So I mailed some Happy Mail that day. I filmed a ramble session that day, tried to work on my Phobo and listening to Danny Goki. I just love the way he sings. I love to sit out at my desk and work on anything that I'm working on and listen to praise music. And on Pandora, I actually have a Danny Goki channel. So I love listening to his music. And yeah, I was supposed to do all of this stuff that day, and hashtag not gonna happen. Okay, so yeah, the rest of the day I spent in bed. It was just one of those days. So let's see how long I've gone on for. I think that's long enough. We'll stop here. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I hope you enjoyed this flip through, and I'll catch you on the next flip. Bye.